Henry Rothschild, and Formula SAE is a collegiate racing series created by the Society of Automotive Engineers, a nonprofit organization to help young engineers gain experience building, hands-on race cars, and basically, you're just getting a lot of work in. You're using a lot of engineering tools. We're using things like ANSYS, CFD, and FEA. You're doing a lot of hand calculations, just getting used to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Different materials. We do a lot with composites,
carbon fiber.
things like metal 3D printing, and all kinds of different work. And so a lot of that's getting into the electric scene as well. So a lot of teams are moving over to be Formula SAE electric. So we're an all-electric team. We started building electric cars about 10 years ago. And this is we went all electric I think 5 years ago. So this is sort of the most recent evolution of that. It's the car that we competed with last year. Four-wheel drive in-hub electric motors. It's got a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, all designed in-house by our team. Custom aerodynamics, custom suspension. So really, it's a great experience for students on our team to work with that. They're designing those composite parts.
How do you test it? What is your testing capability? I mean, are you testing it live track, or are you testing it digitally?
So
you're testing it.
We're testing it digitally. So we start our design process at the beginning of a school year. We're using digital testing. We're using hand calculations, just math. And we're figuring out how we're going to build this car.
You do like fluid dynamics and,
of course,
and what programs are you?
ANSYS Fluent is the main program we're using for that for our car. Other teams use other programs. And so we're doing all of that work building this car. We have design reviews with our alumni that help teach us about things.
Yeah, you're pulling the alumni.
So once we get through all of that, we go into our winter quarter and we start building it. People are laying up the chassis, they're laying up all the aero parts. People are getting in the machine shop, they're machining parts, doing our wiring. There's a lot of electrical work that goes into these cars. We design most of our own PCBs in-house. We design our own pack from a cell that we purchase basically, but we're designing our own BMS system. We make our own selections there. And so we build all the entire car over winter quarter, and then once we get into spring quarter, it's all about that physical testing. We get out here, we actually do a lot of testing right here in this lot basically.
Of course you do, it's in your backyard.
Of course, so we're down here, we're driving the car basically every week. We're going up to PACCAR and to Pacific Raceways. They've got in Mount Vernon. They've got their testing facility up there. So we're going up there.
We're driving these cars.
We're getting lots of experience. We're getting training for our drivers. We're validating our design decisions. So we're looking at things like for aero, we're looking at tough testing. We're getting a video of that.
What's the race track? Is it straight line? Is it curves?
It's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So there's 4 different main events that we're doing. We're doing acceleration, which is just like drag strip, straight line, 75 meters. How fast can you get to the end? Skid pad, which is a figure 8. How fast can you do 2 circles? Just like basic car performance there. Then there's an autocross track. You get 4 chances at an autocross lap. Fastest lap wins. And then there's endurance, 23 kilometers of an autocross style course.
That's cool.
And that's sort of the biggest event. And last year we took first place in the U.S. with this car.
Really?
In that event.
So I know Bellingham was one of the pioneers up in
Western Washington, they're a solid team. They've gone electric recently, and we definitely compete against them amongst everyone else.
Okay.
And what do you do?
I'm on suspension this year. I'm also on PR.
Yeah.
I'm also in charge of getting the car here from our pit, just bringing it to events.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. This year I'm working on carbon fiber control arms.
Oh, cool.
So a lot of our suspension is being changed from steel to carbon fiber to reduce weight and increase the stiffness.
Cool. Remind me to show you the big carbon fiber robot before we're done here.
Okay.
So how do people find more? I was curious also, how are you capturing live telemetry data? What sensors do you have in here, and how do you capture the data?
So we've got a lot of sensors. So you can see our tire temperature sensors there. Those give us 4-channel temperature, so we can monitor temperature gradient across the tire. That gives us a lot of data about how our camber is set up and things like that, how well we're using that tire. We also have, so they're not on the car right now, but we have a potentiometer along here, so that measures compression of our dampers. That gives us a lot of suspension data. We can see how much they're compressing. We can see load transfer when we're shifting in and out of corners and things like that. we've got wheel speeds, we've got motor temperature, so we can monitor that. There's a lot of like health sensors of the car, temperatures of various components and things like that. We have like a pitot tube that we can mount on the car to measure like airspeed, get some aero data from that.
Is any data streaming, or is it all saved on board?
It's all saved on board, but then it's also streamed too. So our driver can see data from our touchscreen dash here. That gives us, a lot of like basic information. They can get, pack, speed, the things that they need to know for driving the car. And then we also have, these are our antennas for our telemetry system.
Oh, it's cool.
So we get live telemetry.
You have live telemetry.
That we can monitor from the pit, see how the car is performing and everything like that.
Right on.
Make prepare adjustments we want to make, all that kind of thing.
Cool. What's the website?
UW Formula. Just search UW Formula Motorsports. UWFormulaMotorsports.com, and then I think we've got our Instagram and everything like that.
Cool. What do you do for the program?
I started on our aerodynamics team.
Yeah.
So as a member, last year I was our aerodynamics lead. So I designed the aero package here. I helped work on the front wing, everything else here. Put that together, lead the process, teaching new members about how to do different things, how to use the programs we use, and then from that, this year I'm going to be our technical director. So I'm the overall lead of the team from a technical perspective. So I lead our suspension. So underneath me, there's going to be a suspension lead, chassis lead, aerodynamics lead, so on, who then handle the members, teach people things to build that car.
Nice job.